Um, my name is Elizabeth Lumber, the Executive Director of the Dow Gardens, and I have the honor of serving as the Director. On behalf of our whole Dow Gardens team, where are you guys? Everybody, if you're on the team, let's see. Okay, there you go. We would all like to thank you for joining us today for this historic occasion. We're sincerely delighted you are here. I can't even hardly express the transformation that has taken place right here inside this building and outside this building in just the last week alone. Even 24 hours ago. If you happen to go into Dow Gardens, there may be some missing plants. But this building is going to evolve. It's not done yet. It's still coming along. We got access to our building early, and here we are. So the plan of sorts is, we believe our cafe will open in about July. Our landscape will continue to evolve and change and grow. We'll plant the plants when it's appropriate and the right type of weather. And so by fall, we'll really be buttoning up as planned. The other thing to watch for is this building behind me is going to evolve and change just like a garden. The colors on it are going to change. When you look at the copper, it's going to go to a beautiful brown and then to a beautiful patina. The core 10 material is also going to change and get its own patina. So this building, even as you look at it from the different angles, will change and evolve. So it's a really neat journey to watch and be part of and just sit and enjoy and take it all in today. I'd like to extend a special welcome to our Herbert H. and Grace A. Dow Foundation Board of Trustees, and also, Janae Velasquez, the Executive Director of the Herbert H. and Grace Dow. Their leadership and vision is what has created this space to welcome guests to Dow Gardens. At the heart of Dow Gardens is the Pines, the home of Herbert and Grace Dow, which is located up on Main Street. Together, Herbert and Grace built their home in 1899, and they raised their family there. They developed their garden, they grew an orchard, and today, their descendants, our trustees, have invested in ensuring a welcoming space just like the one that Herbert and Grace created for their family and friends. I am truly grateful, and we are blessed by the generosity to our community, and I have the distinct honor to introduce one of Herbert and Grace Dow's descendants to you, and that would be our foundation president, Dr. Ruth Doan.
Good afternoon to all of you. I'm thrilled to see all of you come out. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here as president of the Herbert H. and Grace A. Dow Foundation. It's an honor to be here at the opening of this, thank you. Okay, am I shorter than Elizabeth? Okay, honored to be here at the opening of this new Welcome Center. Dow Gardens, you all know, is a place of beauty with a history of more than 125 years of welcoming guests to enjoy our natural gardens. My great-grandparents, Herbert and Grace Dow, were devoted to their family and to their community. Based on documents we know from our family archives, we estimate more than 100,000 guests enjoyed the gardens before it became public, when it was still a private garden. That's a lot of people. It became public, of course, in the 1970s. Today, Dow Gardens welcomes over 200,000 guests every single year. Our new Welcome Center is a testament to the Foundation's ongoing commitment to providing an exceptional experience for our guests, ensuring that that legacy of hospitality that goes back to Herbert and Grace will continue to thrive. I'd like to say just a short thank you today. Special thank you to Mike Dow, Susie McEwen, there we go, and and to Diane Hullett, who were our construction supervising team on this project. So they were at the front to try to help us do this to the highest quality. And they worked with Spence and WTA and others to make that happen. Of course, I also want to say thank you to Elizabeth, because Elizabeth is the center of the project and has kept us all in good mood. So on behalf of our foundation board, thank you for joining us. If you haven't been inside, please go after the ribbon cutting. We will be delighted for you to see this beautiful building. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruth, for your leadership of the Herbert H. and Grace A. Dow Foundation. So, a committed team of people, as she was saying, have been working steadily with many renderings and reviews over the last few years to reach this moment. I would like to introduce to you now Paul Hazelhoon, who is the president of WTA Architects.
As a good architect, I'm not done designing until they're done with the last screw. And I changed my speech last night, so. Got my own papers in front of me here. We'll see how well this goes. You know, oftentimes as architects, we're asked, I hope everybody can hear me, we're asked what the best part of the process is. And this morning I got here a little early. The best part of the process is seeing people use the space. I sat in the building, watched families and kids come in and engage in the space, use it. A lot of people were making comments, and that's always nice. I will also say this, as an architect, most of us are pretty humble. Somebody said, why aren't you wearing a sign that says you designed the space? That isn't me. And that's not how I was taught or trained either. But just seeing people engage and use this space is wonderful. On behalf of WTA Architects, I'd like to express how meaningful this project has been to us. It's been, to be able to, Dow Gardens has always been a place of beauty, of reflection, of nature, and this project was basically an idea to extend that type of legacy to the community in a very timeless way. From the beginning, our design approach was focused on creating a space that evolved naturally from the surrounding environment. We placed a strong emphasis on scale and form on this building. The intent wasn't to compete with the surrounding structures or the neighborhoods or even the gardens itself, but it was actually to engage with them. The architecture is intended to grow from the garden and to reinforce a sense of space. As a tree roots itself in its location, so do does this space, this architectural space begin to root itself here at this location. In a way, this becomes, the space is designed to enhance the experience of the visitor, of the garden, allowing human engagement with the natural environment. And let me give you an example of that. As you walk through the space, there was a lot of conversation of how the space engaged with you. So if you've not been into the building, you'll see a few things. You walk into the space, the building will compress you. That was an old, I shouldn't say old, that was an old Dow trick. I don't know if you got that from Frank or anybody else. I actually don't know that for sure. But that was something that we were very conscious of. And at moments, the space will then begin to reveal itself. And that idea of compressing and releasing, of providing and hiding views, is intended to create moments of pause, pathways, and so forth that encourage the visitor to engage in moments of discovery. The palette, as Elizabeth said, is going to change. I'm surprised nobody has come up to me and said, hey, your building's rusty. Unlike Ford and GM, we were wanting it to rust quicker. But yes, it is rusting. Those wall panels are actually rusting, and that's intentional. And as Elizabeth noted, that's just gonna continue to evolve and grow over time, just like the gardens around it. Every element, from the overall form to the smallest details, were considered important as part of this process. But the most important part, as we met with the team, as we worked through the process, was how do people engage in the space? And that was critical at every step of the way. I'd like to take just a moment and acknowledge the WTA team who did just a wonderful job on this space. I don't know where they're at, there's a lot of people out there, but Jordan Johnston was our project architect, Megan Thomas was our lead interior designer, and Mark Robinson was our lead landscape architect. Additionally, as architects, we can't do this anymore by ourselves by any means, and we had a great team of engineers. McMillan Associates was our structural engineer, Rowe Professional Services was our civil engineer, and Peter Basso Associates was a mechanical electrical engineer on the project. And it takes experts like that to pull a project like this off. Finally, I'd like to just say this to the WTA team and to the Spence Brothers team. It takes not just a team that has talents and knows how to build a structure, but it takes a team with passion to do something like this. It takes a team that understands that a building is part of a community, and every detail is important. And so I just want to thank Spence Brothers for all that they did in constructing the vision that our team had. I haven't read any of my notes after they start flying around. But finally, I wanted to thank the Dow Foundation and the folks at Dow Gardens. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity. Thank you for the collaboration. Thank you for your trust in us. I hope everybody has a great day and enjoys the grounds.
Thank you, Paul. There's a lot of thanking going on today. We still have a few more people to thank, and some of those include our City of Midland Planning Department, the building inspector that came out, our fire department. We had an excellent partnership with the City of Midland in consistently troubleshooting and moving this project forward. And we just wanted to call out their support throughout the process. So thank you, City of Midland. Speaking of all that building process, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Herb Spence, the Chairman and CEO of Spence Brothers, to you, who made this project come to life.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Before I forget, the gift shop is open. I got my grandkids a couple of hats, which I think they'll appreciate very much, and I can't wait to let them see the place in person. So, be looking forward to that. So, I'll get this down so I can hold on to the pages. Just have to say I do appreciate the opportunity to publicly thank everybody involved for their dedication to helping make this important project a success in many ways. I'd love to say I had a lot to do with it, but those who actually did are here, so I can't get away with it. Our project team certainly did not do this alone, but our superintendent, Jason Swift, project manager, Vince Drumright, and project director, Jake Golden, deserve a great deal of credit for making this great vision a reality. Every project Spence Brothers has done during our 133-year history certainly has been different. But success always seems to be defined by meeting or exceeding our customers, and our own expectations in at least these 5 main areas. Safety, which is number one, of course. Quality, on-time completion, getting the most value for the investment, and unless it's a new standalone building, minimizing any disruption to ongoing operations. Although there is some additional exterior site work and interior punch list items to be addressed over the next couple of months, it does look like this project will be a tremendous success in all of these areas. Thanks not only to our team, but to everyone involved. As for safety, through last week, there have been over 88,000 hours worked accident-free. This could not have been done without the buy-in of every subcontractor and trade worker on the project, almost all of whom we are proud to say are right here in the Great Lakes Bay region, and you can see them listed up on the sign, so please take note and thank them if you know some of them, which I know you do. These tradespeople were also instrumental in the quality workmanship that you and every visitor will see in this very complex structure when it's finished. However, quality is always defined by the design. And Paul's team from WTA and their consultants designed a beautiful facility, incorporating many of the original building's Alden B. Dow design features. It provides a great transition from the city and neighborhood surrounding to God's beauty of nature in the gardens. And it definitely has that wow factor which will have visitors telling others that you have to see this. We also need to give design credit to the Dow Gardens and Dow Family Foundation's owners group of Elizabeth, Kathy Weber, Janae Velasquez, Francine Padgett, along with their special consultants from the trustees, led by Mike Dow, who all made sure this new facility met the needs of the great staff that will operate it and everyone who will visit it and use it. Next, the overall project will be finally completed a couple months ahead of schedule, which was supposed to be in October. And the building itself, as Elizabeth mentioned, was officially opened this week. While our team and our subcontractors helped make this possible, the owners group also shares a great deal of credit in that. Jason and Vince both told me they were the best owners group they had ever worked with, especially in terms of answering questions on design details and construction phasing to again minimize disruptions. Of course, this project would not have been possible without the generosity and the foresight of the trustees of the Herbert H. and Grace A. Dow Foundation. We and our entire community owe them our thanks for making this facility so welcoming for visitors from nearby and far away. The project team worked hand in hand with the owners group to ensure the trustees and their community are getting the best value for their investment. We all knew this would maximize the impact of their generosity as they continue to help make our region a great place to live and visit. This also helps attract the talent and the jobs needed to make our economy grow. Finally, I know everyone involved in this project wants to thank all of you for continuing to visit the Dow Gardens during construction, including today. We all appreciate your patience and understanding for any inconvenience encountered, especially trying to find a parking spot. However, I can assure you the owners group and our team have prioritized minimizing disruptions as much as possible for visitors and staff here from the very start. Again, thank you all, and especially thank you to the leadership of the Dow Gardens and the supervision of Grace A. Dow Foundation for allowing Spence Brothers to continue fulfilling our mission to help each other, our customers, and our community thrive. Thank you.
It has been amazing to watch Spence Spitz Brothers maneuver through the complexities of this project and solve, problem solve throughout. I would love to say another thank you to our Dow Gardens team. I watched our team, I'm so proud of them, flex with all the changes, rally together to make larger things happen than any one person, and I was just overwhelmed with pride for what our Dow Gardens team can accomplish. Just want to say one more time how proud I am. I'm not the only one who noticed. TripAdvisor reviewers noticed. Through Spence Brothers' leadership and guidance, the Dow Gardens team, and how they welcome people with hospitality, we kept the entrance open through all the complexities, like that big hole in the parking lot for all the sewer storm systems to go into. At the same time, guests were coming and leaving TripAdvisor reviews when they left. Enough guests had a great enough experience that they actually made a review. Get positive reviews, it's harder than getting negative. Negative people write. Positive, they have to work it. Dow Gardens in 2025, during construction, had the distinction of being in the top 10% of attractions worldwide based on unsolicited TripAdvisor reviews. The top 10% worldwide. And while we're talking about top 10% worldwide, our team would like to recognize one of our own, and that is Kathy Weber. I see you. She probably doesn't want me to show you. I see you. She was our project coordinator through this, and she kept track of all the complex needs and details. Thank you, Kathy. So one more person to honor here. There's a person who we'd like to pause and honor in a very special way. He is a lifetime champion of Dow Gardens. His vision set the course for this project and improved it countless times along the way. I am speaking of Vice President and Trustee, Mr. Michael Dow. He's also known as our Garden Trustee. Mr. Dow served on both the design team and the construction supervision team. He has inspired us to think creatively, to look at the details, and think outside the box. His thoughtful input consistently made us better. We are honoring Mr. Dow today with cutting of the ribbon. So, in a moment, we'll have the MBA, Tony Stamus, will be setting up a ribbon here, and we'll have Mr. Dow join them. And what we'd like to have happen is we will have the former board members, our board members, Janae, please gather around Mr. Dow, gather behind him, and we'll take a picture and we'll cut a ribbon. And if all the NBA ambassadors could also join us, we'll have Spence Brothers and WTA join us. Hey, anyone who can get in this picture, let's join us. And we're going to cut a big ribbon and open up this building, and I hope you stay and enjoy it today.
There was a lot of time. Very appropriate.
Yeah, stay on this side of
Just this, only that far? We're not going all the way?
Are you guys doing one with the trustees first?
Whenever you're ready. We got more people. Are we ready?
They want to do that.